Hello and welcome to BeamNG Drive. I'm your host, davidinark. Today I am playing around with, I don't know, some kind of cinematic setup. So these are some cuts that I was putting together. We got the SBR4 coming after the burn side, and one of the things that I was trying to do was set it up like where the car hits the other car and flips off to the side where you can't see the trick ramp, but it had some mixed results, man. So I don't know. And then of course sometimes I didn't even hit the freaking ramp at all, so just had my car spinning off, crashing, wrecking, which is still cool. I mean, you know, it's BeamNG, so how can you complain about mass destruction in the game? So I don't know, man. It's so crazy how tied up the cars would get, just crashing and doing all this random stuff. So here we go, hit the ramp, slow things down. By this point, you know, I was still trying to set up shots where you couldn't see the ramp. So here, and this is, you know, just using the free cam to sort of move things around to try to keep that ramp behind the SBR4. And then of course when I flip the camera around, hey, there's a crosswalk there, in case you didn't know. Bam. Oh, that is so cool. So this is just some after effect of the burn side, because got to show the damage to the other guy, right? So here we go. We're going to cruise down here. Oh, man. Once again, I missed the ramp. However, this still ends up being a pretty decent shot. Just, you know, coming at the camera. And I actually thought the car was going to roll over, but we don't roll over. We do manage to pull one killer wheelie, though. Check that out. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, and into the tree. And of course, I was using slow motion, so we got to, you know, put things back into regular speed as we finish out our spin of death. Ooh, there you go. I decided to try a roamer. I don't know, I thought maybe a vehicle that was a little higher off the ground might hit things better, and it actually did a decent job. This one here was not too bad. Took the trunk off the burn side, and the reflection of the trunk lid in the window was confusing me. So anyway, I was trying to figure out what was happening there. But again, you know, like the SBR4, the roamer ends up in this, whatever this weird target circle thing is. So anyhow, there you go. That is the end of the roamer. And actually what I decided to do was, again, I was trying to build some cinematics. So this is from inside, and then I hit the ramp, and this actually ends up being kind of cool. I mean, I hit the ramp halfway decently, so when that takes off, and again, that crazy crosswalk, slam, and down we go. Oh, man, it's just, the things you can do in this game are just so cool. Awesome stuff. And again, let's just show what happened to the other burn side. Get reset here and try the roamer another time. Now, anytime I'm trying to set up some cinematic shots, one of the things that I like to do is I'll drive to the point of impact and then freeze the physics, get the free cam out, and spin the camera around. Although I think this time I was just using the camera with the truck. I can't remember now. Oh, yeah. So here I free cammed. I couldn't remember exactly what I was doing. Happens a lot. And so again, setting up the shot so you can't see the ramp, and then follow the truck overhead. That way, as the burn side is spinning out behind me and showing the ramp, you don't see it here. So this just flies off down, and then using different cuts to show different scenes, basically letting the roamer go so far, and when you pause the game, you cut it there, cut to the next the next part where you want the vehicle, where you want the motion, and then put it together that way. And then here I decided to do some Burnside versus Burnside, and I barely hit the ramp, but what a cool roll that made. Slam down into the end. Very cool, man. I really do. This game it's just, there's so many different things you can do with it. It's absolutely awesome. Again, this is Burnside against Burnside, setting up a shot where the ramp is definitely not going to be seen at all because it's hidden behind the blue car, and then you sort of saw the ramp, maybe. Well, you can see it every now and then. It comes into view. I tried to keep it out of view, but what I don't know, I just decided to not move the camera and just let the car roll by. I don't know. What do you think? I thought that was kind of cool. So, I don't know. There's, again, so many different neat things you can do in the game. And then I was surprised, frankly, that the Burnside ended up on all four wheels upright. So, hey, we'll take that as a win whenever we can, for sure. And then this one is, I got bored of doing that, so I set up a couple of bollards right in the middle of the tracks there and drove the car straight into it. But then that gave me an idea. What if I lowered the bollards enough to where we could take a vehicle and use the bollards as like a launching pad? You know what I mean? Like almost like a ramp, but kind of a mini ramp. So I started off with the Bollard here, and the tires do kind of touch the Bollard, but by the same token, they're a hair too low. So really, I don't think it did much. I'm pretty sure the vehicle would have come close to behaving this exact same way had those not been in place. So at that point now it's just a matter of, well, finishing out this particular run, but then also going back and raising those bollards up just a hair so that we can attempt to send the vehicle flying off the hill as if it were hitting a ramp. And so here I raised them up, and as you can see, it actually helps launch the car into the air. That is freaking awesome. And then again, this is one of those cinematic things. So I have the camera positioned, and I'm letting the car go off the screen. And then what I did was I paused the game here, and then reposition the camera, unfreeze, let the car fly by. Oh, that is so cool. And then just continue to set up different shots, and off we go, rolling into the parking lot, resting in the trees. Da-da-da. And of course, we've got to do the J-tow bus. So the bollards barely hit the back tires there, but still very, very cool. And the bus just goes flying down the hill. Oh, we tipping, tip. No. But this ends up being, it's amazing to me how mangled the vehicles in BeamNG Drive can get, man. That's just crazy. Shoot. So I decided it'd be fun to show kind of an extended version of the bus driving down here and hitting the bollards. So here we go. We're gonna, oh yeah, I forgot, I raised them up just a hair, and this is such a cool crash, man. I mean, just bent the front end in under the bus. It goes flying through the air. Oh man, that's just so cool. And then for some crazy reason, the back of the bus got caught on that crosswalk, that overhead crosswalk deal, and one of the J-tow rockets goes flying off into the distance, and that's just so weird that the back of the bus, caught that, and then of course then it drops down, and the bus is going to the hospital, which is a really, really good place. So there you go. Anyhow. Man, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories, put those down in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.